How do you explain that your phone is showing that you're going in those directions? How do you explain
this is showing, if you say you got my car on video and you say this is showing all of this, let me see it. Because there's no way that, none of that.
That's your car.
How's it, okay, so how are you just going to tell me that's my car?
It's your car. Because your phone puts you in that exact spot that that car is at the exact time that that car is on that video.
Robert Howard, 42, was taken into custody for questioning following the disappearance of a girl, Naomi Jones, on May 31st, 2017. During the intense interrogation, the detectives confront Robert, accusing him of being involved in this heinous crime. With no trace of Naomi, everyone assumed she had simply run away from home, but her mother was certain that something tragic was behind her disappearance.
I know that Naomi would not run away from home. I done looked underneath the bed, I done looked in the closet, I've looked everywhere. I was like, well, maybe she's just hiding, planning to go sleep with you in the house. He's like, no, mama, she's not here.
This is a nightmare for her mother, but little did she know it would become a torment that would haunt her for the rest of her life. As the investigators dig deeper, unexpected twists emerge, altering the course of the case entirely. Let's explore further to uncover what horrifying fate befell that girl. As Naomi's family reported about her disappearance, it led the way for a massive search by law enforcement officials. Investigators conducted several interviews with those closest to Naomi, but couldn't find anyone who would target her. After several days of frantic research, the investigation reached a shocking conclusion. A gruesome discovery was made on June 5, 2017. Naomi's partially decomposed and unearthed body was found in a creek a few miles from her apartment by two local fishermen, Robert Rose and Justin Scott.
Well, pulled up and smelled something. I thought it was a hog. Because the color and everything, I thought somebody just skinned a hog. Well, walked back up the rail just a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't a hog.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't go down. We knew as soon as we saw it, both started calling 911. We both knew what we had to do and just sat right there and waited. We didn't want to move, but the initial, before we even saw what was happening, we both leaned over the rail to look at the water.
Yeah.
And caught it.
As the investigation progressed, detectives set their sights on a neighborhood resident, Robert Howard, who had skillfully mingled with the onlookers for quite a long time. However, a deeper probe and a few pieces of evidence finally brought him to the spotlight. Despite having his own home, Robert Howard lived most of the time at his girlfriend Lauren's apartment, which was close to Naomi's. The Escambia County Sheriff's deputies soon identified Robert as a person of interest and took him into custody.
A missing little girl, or not a missing little girl, she's now deceased. And you live in the apartment, or your girlfriend lives in the apartment.
Yeah.
I know they went through it already, but did you work that Wednesday that Naomi went missing, the initial
Wednesday
day?
night, yes.
Earlier, before you went to work that day, where'd you wake up in the morning?
Here, Lauren.
Over at this apartment?
Yes.
Okay.
Lauren went to work. I went to the gym that morning.
What gym?
Real Time Fitness.
Where's that at?
On 9 Mile.
And what time were you there?
I'll say I was there about 9:30.
You have to use like a key card or
Yeah,
anything.
that's on my car keys. They got those too. I mean, I didn't get anything on my car.
So you have to like
You have to
swipe.
scan yourself in. Yes.
What time did you take Lauren to work?
She drove her own car to work.
You didn't take her?
I didn't take her to work. I just went and
I
got her
thought
on her
they
lunch
had
break. I just went and picked her up
Okay,
on
that's
lunch
where I
break.
was confused a little bit. Okay. So she took herself to work. What does she drive?
She drives a Honda. It's like a small gray Honda. It's not a
Gray?
Accord. Yes, gray.
Gray? Okay.
It's not a Accord. It's a
Civic?
yes.
Civic?
Yes.
Okay. And what do you drive?
I have a silver Altima.
Nissan Altima?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Lauren drove herself to work,
Mhm.
and then you went to the gym 9 to 9:30, and then after that?
When I left the gym, came back to the apartment. Stayed at the apartment until I went to see Lauren on her lunch break. That was about 11:30.
So you got home about 10 to the apartment?
Well, I say 10 something. Because I said when I go to the gym, I usually stay about an hour. So I say about 10 something, yeah.
Okay. Like 10:30?
We'll just say 10:30.
10:30? Or, I mean, I'm just...
I don't know the exact time.
Yeah,
I just say 10
So after
something.
10, before 11.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then you went to get her for lunch.
For lunch, yes.
Okay. And
Picked her up for lunch, and we came back to the apartment.
what time did you pick her up?
11:27.
Okay. And then you came back to the apartment
Came
for
back
lunch?
to the apartment for lunch. She had to get another shirt. She works in the pharmacy, but when they work the floor or have to work up front, it's a certain pullover shirt that they have to wear. So by her working overtime, she was working up front, so she had to get that shirt. So we got that shirt. She got her something to eat. Dropped her off. Came back over. I was going to go to the Dollar General and get something, but I didn't go in because it started storming. So I just turned and went to Bruton.
Did you get out of that car at all at Dollar General?
No.
You just drove through the parking lot?
When I got ready to pull in, I didn't even pull all the way in. When I turned in, turned around right there. Like while I turned in the spot, turned around like when you pull into the Dollar General, not in front of the store, but they have another parking spot over here facing back to the street.
Mm-hmm.
Pulled over there,
Which
turned back around.
Dollar General was that?
Davis Highway.
Davis. Okay.
Like by the old academy over there?
Right up from West Florida Hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Dollar General, and then where?
I came to Bruton from there.
You went straight to Bruton from Dollar General.
Yeah, I came to Bruton to going to see a friend before they went to a funeral.
Okay.
But when I made it to Bruton, they were already gone. So.
All right. So what time did you arrive in Bruton?
About 1:30ish, 1:40 maybe, somewhere from there.
What'd you do when you got there?
When she was gone, I went home to the house. Went to my house.
How long were you at your house?
Maybe about 45 minutes, maybe.
All right.
45 to an hour, maybe. I left.
Where'd you go?
Came back to Pensacola. Well, I called Jeff and told him that I needed to come back to Pensacola.
Jeff's your coworker.
Yes.
Okay.
And I told him I was coming back, and I needed to get my gear because it was storming. I didn't have my boots. I didn't have my rain jacket or anything. Came back here to get that. Made it back here maybe like something to 4, right at 4-ish, maybe.
Okay. So you got back in Pensacola about 4 p.m.?
Yeah.
All right. Grabbed your raincoat,
Grabbed
boots,
my
and then
gear.
immediately back to Bruton?
Yes, when I grabbed everything, I came out the door. When I came out the door and came downstairs, that's when the little girl's mom and another older lady stopped and asked me if I had seen the little girl. And I told them, no, I just came down to the apartment. And that's when she told me her daughter was missing. And I talked with them for a few minutes, and I told her I'm not being rude, but I got to go to work. And I left.
And what time did you say you got back to the apartment?
About 2:35, 2:40, somewhere from there.
Robert calmly recounts every detail about his whereabouts on the day Naomi vanished, showing no sign of involvement in her disappearance. However, the shocking revelation he's about to unveil will turn everything upside down, leaving the detectives in a state of utter disbelief.
When I was in right after I got out of high school, me and the girl was messing around. She got pregnant, and her grandmother is like a minister or whatever, so it was more of I made her than it being consensual to the point of, because we had been doing this the whole summer. Well, I copped out because I didn't have no money to try to afford a lawyer, so I had to cop out, and I did 15 years.
How old were you?
Like 18 years old.
And how old was she?
Like 17.
Okay. What year was that?
1998.
What was the charge?
First degree?
First degree.
Yes.
And that was in Alabama.
Yes.
She was 16, you said?
Yes.
How long had y'all had a relationship?
We started messing around this summer, so, I mean, we knew each other, for years, so.
Was there another charge that you had in your history?
Yeah, it was, say the same thing. It was just another girl put in, but it was basically I did this same thing to this other girl.
You got her pregnant, or you just?
No, I didn't get her pregnant. It was just we was messing around, and she said I made her. And it's the same time that this other girl said the same thing.
And
basically, they said I did the same thing to both of them in the same night at the same time.
So you were 18. How old was this girl?
Same age.
So both.
In my paperwork, I don't know if this changed, but in my paperwork, they had like 2 different ages. Then it said it was a white female. It's not a white female. It's 2 black females, and they were the same age. I don't know if they ever changed it because they got my tattoos.
Yeah, because I thought one of them was a younger
Yeah,
female.
they got a lot of my stuff messed up. They got the tattoos and everything messed up. So that, I don't know if they changed it or fixed it, but we were all like 18 years old, and it was 2 black females.
Okay.
Well, they had to be under 18, right?
Years old. Yes.
Despite confessing to his past as a sex offender and spending years behind bars, Robert seemed unbothered. But instead of clearing his name, this admission only grew suspicion among the detectives that he was somehow tied to the case. Although his girlfriend Lauren claimed to be familiar with his past, it is unclear if she's genuinely aware of the man he truly was, or has he masterfully managed to keep her in the dark?
What do you know about his past? I know that he got convicted of back in the late 90s, right after high school.
Do you know the details of it at all? Or what he's told you?
Some details on that. That there was a girl who accused him of her and not being able to afford any kind of lawyer or anything like that. He just, he give you a privilege to come down. He was telling me about witnesses that wouldn't take his witnesses on his side, and they just listened to her, whoever her people had for her.
Lauren seems completely unaware of Robert's true side, but her world is about to shatter as the truth emerges. Despite revealing such disturbing secrets, Robert managed to maintain a calm and composed demeanor that eventually surprised the detectives. However, there were even more devastating revelations waiting to be disclosed that no one could have predicted.
Have you ever seen her around the complex, or?
See her all the time when we were in and out. Like I said, when we would come in, it would be either playing between the complexes or on her mom's back balcony, because going up the steps, you can see their balcony, or their back porch rather, from the balcony. They would always speak whenever we would come in and out. And other than that, everybody.
She dances a lot back there, doesn't she?
I guess.
On the balcony.
Well, they be back there playing most of the time when I see them as far as dancing. I don't know.
Yeah. I heard she does a lot of dancing. Mom says she dances on the back porch lawn.
That's what we see them back there.
Was she friendly? I mean,
she always spoke. Like I said, other than that, that's pretty much all I know about her. Like I said, she would always speak. If she seen us, she would speak. Regardless if we seen her or not, she would let us know that she was there. She would speak.
I gotcha. Come over to y'all's apartment or anything?
She's never been to our apartment.
So
I've never been to Lauren's. If she has, she's been there when I wasn't there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Lauren told me one day that they missed the bus and they came and used her phone to call their mom to let her know they missed the bus. Other than that, that's all I know about them being there.
Okay.
So she's never been in Lauren's apartment other than just
not when I
at
was
the door?
There. Not when I was there.
Okay. What about, have they ever been in your cars?
No.
Either one of your cars?
No. Did you see that girl that Wednesday at all?
No, sir.
When was the last time you saw her?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe it may have been that weekend, maybe between Friday and Sunday. Somewhere up in there, because I was off. I know it may have been like that Friday or Saturday.
So you were staying there the whole weekend?
Yeah, you just come down the weekend, yes.
Okay.
If you...
I'm allowed, with my regulations of what I can and can't do, I'm allowed to stay anywhere 3 days, no more than 3 days. So I'll stay 2-3 days at a time. I go home for a day. I can come back for 3 more days. So that's how I usually do.
Were you in that area or over that way on last Wednesday, the 31st?
No, sir.
Okay.
Or June 1st?
No.
Okay.
Detectives relentlessly pushed Robert, certain in the fact that he was hiding a dark and crucial secret. Every statement he made only deepened their frustration and disappointment, leaving them with even more questions than before.
I left.
To go up to Bruton?
Which time? I went twice. I went to see
It'd
a
been
friend.
earlier in the
I went to
day.
see a friend. I left around like close to about 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
Where was it before you dropped Lauren off or after
It
you?
was after I dropped Lauren off. When I dropped Lauren off, that's where
That's
I
where you went
Yeah, I
before
went to see.
Bruton?
Yeah, I was going to see her.
Okay.
Now she lives in Bruton. That's why I was going to Bruton to see.
Okay. So you got into Bruton. I have down 1:30 to 1:40,
Mhm.
and then you went to
I was going to see her, but when
what's her name again?
Yolanda Mitchell, YOLUNDRA.
What kind of girls are you into? I mean, what do you like?
Like grown women. I mean, women that's my age. I mean, like I really have no preference of what size or how fat or how skinny, how tall or how thin, but they're gonna be legal. I don't fool with no kids. I don't mess with no teenagers, anything like that.
I mean, you like girls, like.
I mean, I haven't been with anyone younger than Lauren.
Is there any reason, like, your DNA would be on Naomi's body or anything like that?
I don't see why it would be. We've never been in spit distance of each other. So there's no reason it would be.
Okay. So you've never had any physical contact?
None whatsoever.
Without a hint of hesitation, Robert dives into his preferences for women, unaware of how much each comment subtly shifts the focus back to him. Despite his unwavering denials and his insistence that he had no involvement in the case, he remained blissfully unaware that the detectives had already unraveled the truths he was desperately trying to hide. The detectives were prepared to take the interrogation in a whole new direction, ready to reveal a shocking twist that would have been beyond his wildest imagination.
What if I were to tell you that your car was in the area where her body was found that night?
No, that's impossible.
Why?
Because it could have been.
Why? Tell me why.
Because when I have my car, it's either at work. When I leave work, I come straight back to Johnson Avenue, Lauren's apartment.
Did anybody else have your car that night?
No one ever has my car.
So you don't know, does Lauren ever drive your car?
She has a few times, but it's been a little while since she drove my car.
Okay. You don't ever loan your car out?
No.
Okay. What if I were to tell you that your car was in the area where her body was found that night?
No, that's impossible.
Why?
Because it could have been.
Why? Tell me why.
Because when I have my car, it's either at work. When I leave work, I come straight back to Johnson Avenue, Lauren's apartment.
Did anybody else have your car that night?
No one ever has my car.
So you don't know, does Lauren ever drive your car?
She has a few times, but it's been a little while since she drove my car.
Okay. You don't ever loan your car out?
No.
Okay. Your apartment is the time she goes missing.
But the thing about that is, when I drop Lauren off, I go straight to Bruton. So how is it that I can pick her up?
The thing about that is that we already have your phone records.
Okay.
And you were at the apartments at 1:30.
I was gone at 1:30.
Phone records show no, you were there at 1:30. That phone number that you gave me is the phone number we subpoenaed for the records. You were at the apartments at 1:30. You were not in Bruton.
I was on my way to Bruton.
You were. I'm not going to argue with you.
I mean, you don't have to argue, but okay. If you say I was at the apartment, just please search my license. Nothing has been changed in my car since the day that the first officer flipped through it and looked through it. Everything's in there. If you find anything in that car, it's going to be from Yolanda Mitchell. Where she sits in that front seat and talks to me. Other than that, that's it.
You either have a fetish or were attracted to Naomi and you got her to get in your car and things might have gotten let's say, a little carried away, or either you're just a stone cold rapist or killer, man.
Well,
I mean,
it's
one or the other.
neither, because I never got her to get in my car. She's never been in my car. That's why I've never cleaned my house. I've never cleaned my car because of that. So I feel like if I clean that car and y'all find it clean, oh, well, he cleaned it before we can get to it. That's why I didn't do that.
Why would you even think?
Because the day that when they looked through the day that they questioned us, I had to get a brake job done. I told.
What day were you questioned?
Friday.
Okay.
And I told the guy, I said, well, I had an appointment to get a brake job done at 10. I said, I'm not leaving because y'all questioned me. I said, I need to go get this brake job done. He's like, that's fine. But the guy that was with him as his partner, I don't even remember the name. I think it's like Officer Paul or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the other guy that was with him came, looked through my trunk. He opened my back seat, looked in, front seat looked in. And from that day there, I said, don't clean this car out. Because I feel like, it's eventually going to come. So I'm already, no.
How long have you been over at the apartment with Lauren?
Lauren moved over there maybe like, it's about, I know it's the lease is coming up about maybe like 2 years. I don't say she's been over like 2 years.
And you've been staying off and on over there for those 2 years? How long has Naomi been there? How long have you been seeing her there?
They were there before Lauren moved there. Rather.
Oh, so they've been there the whole time you've been there?
Yeah.
I got you. So if we say we have your car on video over there where we found the body, what do you say to that?
Yeah, like I told you a little while ago, impossible.
So which is it? Did you pick her up and have...
I did not pick her up. I did not have anything to do with that child whatsoever.
Did she come get in your car that day?
She didn't get in anything that I own. Like I said, we've never been in spitting distance of each other at all. I'm pretty sure you find some fingerprint, hair, something, but she didn't.
Maybe not.
I'm pretty sure you would if she got in that car. I'm pretty sure you would, but she didn't. She's never been in that car. Never.
We have your car on video.
Yeah, you say you do, but I'm telling you, you don't.
We have your car on video. We have your phone records that show your exact route from where you were at, from the apartments to Bruton, back down to where she was found, back to Johnson. And they show exactly which route you went. You can't deny it. It's your phone number. It's your phone number and your phone records. You could keep denying it, or you can tell me what really happened and give your story of what happened. She's a cute girl. She looks a little older. Maybe you guys had something and...
how can we have something? I've never been around the child.
How do you explain, though? How do you explain that your phone is showing that you're going in those directions? How do you explain that?
If you say you got my car on video and you say this is showing all of this, let me see it. Because there's no way that, none of that.
You don't see it?
There's no way.
All right, I'll show you.
What's that?
A Nissan Altima.
Okay, and what is that supposed to mean?
That's your car.
How's it? Okay, so how are you just going to tell me that's my car out of...
It's your car. Because your phone puts you in that exact spot that car is at the exact time that car is on that video. So you are a cold-blooded murderer. Because you're sitting here deny, you don't care, you just put it like you just deny everything and lie because we have proof that you're lying.
But this has never been in my car.
Me, a is dead, and you're sitting here lying through the whole thing where you were for some reason. Why are you lying? Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
The child has never been in my car.
Why are you lying about your whereabouts?
The child has never been in my car.
Okay, so where has she been?
I don't know where she's been.
Where did you put her?
I did not put her anywhere.
Well, then, if she is in your car, you must have stashed her somewhere.
I've never had her. She's never been with me.
She has. You killed her.
No, I did not.
You killed her.
I can.
You raped her and you killed her.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
No, I did not.
What'd you do then?
I didn't do anything.
You
Never.
You raped that baby.
Okay. I can't argue with what you think or how you feel about it. I can just.
She just turned. She's 11 years old.
I did not touch that child. I did not have that child. All right.
Though Robert was visibly shaken by the detective's shocking revelation, he managed to keep himself composed. However, with every probing question, his denials intensified, solidifying his refusal to acknowledge the truth.
Your car is on video, and why your phone records put you in the area where the body was dumped.
I have no idea.
I mean, you got to explain that.
How do I have to explain it? I do not know. I'm sitting here telling you seriously.
That's not a very good answer. I don't know where I was, and I don't know why my phone's.
I told you where I was.
And we know it's not because
Okay.
we have proof it's not. So you're gonna have to come off the truth, or you're just gonna look like a liar and a cold-blooded murderer. Because you're denying the facts.
I've never been with this. I never had. I never touched this. This has never been in my car.
Your timeline doesn't match up with your phone records. You have the same car that's on the video at the dump site. Your phone put you there at that time. See where I'm going with this?
Okay.
Things don't look good for you. This is your time to tell your story of what went wrong.
Just told you. I didn't have nothing to do with this.
The detectives were well aware that Robert was a difficult case, yet they remained relentless in their pursuit of the truth. They tried every strategy to uncover the reality, but his chilling emotional detachment only led to a deep sense of disappointment.
Was she scared?
I don't know what she was. I didn't have her.
Did she cry?
I didn't have her.
Did she try to fight? I heard she was a fighter.
I never had her, so I don't know. You asking me things that
Did
I
she have
haven't
a chance to fight?
I don't know. I have no idea. You asking me things that I don't know nothing about. She wasn't with me. I didn't have her, so I don't know what she could have did, fought, cry,
Did she cry
whatever.
for her mama?
I have no idea.
Did she beg you to stop?
I don't know what you're talking about because she was not with me.
What would you do for sexual pleasure in the prison?
Jack off in the shower.
Do you watch a lot of porn or anything?
I don't even have access to that. What you mind now? No.
Like watching porn?
I just had no desire to really watch it. I had a video, but I never really watched it a lot. Got it from a friend. But...
Following countless attempts, the detective adopted a new tactic this time. What Robert ultimately revealed only intensified his connection to the case, officially transforming him from a person of interest into the main suspect.
I have somebody that just told me that they would testify to you being at that site at that time in court. So that's enough right there to show you were there.
How can somebody testify against me? That
the phone data comes from an analyst. That analyst that looked at all that data and said, yep, he was there at that time, using that phone, heading off this tower. He said he would testify in court that you were at that site where we found Naomi.
I had nothing. Honestly, I had nothing to do with being with her, having her, picking her up, dropping her off, anything. Don't know nothing about her. Don't know who got her, who picks her up, who did what. Nothing.
So where were you driving to then when you were over there? Were you going somewhere else? What were you doing?
All shit aside, all bullshit aside. No, I said I don't know nothing about this kid.
And that's fine. I just want to know why you were over there.
Convinced that he was the one responsible for this brutal act, the detectives relentlessly pressed him to reveal the chilling truth he had kept hidden away. Yet, no matter how intense the pressure became, he stubbornly persisted in his denials.
thought we were being truthful.
We are.
No, we're not. Why'd you stop on the bridge?
We're not stopping on the bridge. I stopped at the stop sign.
Yeah, you stopped there.
Mhm.
But you also stopped on the bridge. And I can prove you did.
Okay.
Why'd you stop on the bridge?
You say you can prove I can. I mean, if you say you can prove I can, then tell me why I stopped on the bridge. Because I did not stop on the bridge.
You stopped on the bridge to put her body in the water. Naomi's body.
Did you throw her over the rail or did you drag her around the side? That's the question I had. I was
didn't
wondering
throw her on the
about.
rail. I didn't drag her around the side. I did not dump nobody. I did not dump a body anywhere. She was not in my car. Anything.
Was she in your trunk?
No. No. Not at all.
You were sitting on the bridge and a car came by and you drove off, pulled back out on Detroit, turned around in the driveway, and then pulled back on. Am I lying?
No, I'm sorry.
Car passed by when
I
you first
did
tried to
not.
stop. Went down when you saw it, went to the stop sign, waited for that car to get out of the way, came back around, got back up on the bridge.
Tell me I'm lying.
That's exactly what happened.
I didn't show you the video, bud.
If there's something you know about what happened to her, and that's why, you lied initially about where you were at.
I know nothing about this. Who she's been with, where she went, who she went with. I don't know nothing. Nothing. Or any other child for that matter.
Though Robert's claims are incredibly strange, his wavering statements signal to the detectives that they are slowly but surely inching closer to the truth. Reaching a crucial turning point, the chilling revelations he's about to disclose will be baffling.
Did you understand when they were telling you that there's a camera here
Yes, I
on
understand
Ledley,
that.
there's one right
I
here
understand-
by
I
the
understand that.
intersection?
Okay.
We can see how long it takes
Okay.
cars to go by. We see that you stop.
Okay.
It's over.
I did all
minute.
that. I did all that stopping. I did all that stopping. I
Why?
did all that.
Why?
But I did not dump this body.
Was somebody else with you?
No, no one else was with me.
You were by yourself.
But I was told that something would be there.
What?
It wasn't this when I looked. Or I didn't see this when I looked.
What was supposed to be there?
It was supposed to be. It's just supposed to be something to benefit me. So like that, yeah. Something
What?
to benefit me, I guess.
Some dead?
No, I don't hope not. But it was just supposed to be something, and I should have kept it. It was a note for me. It was a note on the car. All honesty, all bullshit aside. I said I never picked her up, never took her anywhere. And it said something to benefit you.
From Naomi?
No.
Who's it from?
It didn't have no name from nobody or to nobody. It was just on the car.
That is the absolute worst story I've ever heard in my life.
And I'm telling you the honest, the God truth.
That is absolutely f***ing ridiculous.
Listen to me. Just
Okay,
listen to
I'm
me.
listening. Here.
Just listen to me.
Let me hear
When
this.
it's something to benefit you.
Okay.
After countless hours of denying and weaving a baseless story, Robert was finally ready to unveil the secrets he had kept buried inside, confident he would never face the consequences and go scot-free. Yet this was the end of his fabricated story. With each shocking revelation, he left everyone stunned, raising chilling questions about what nightmare this girl must have endured.
She's making gestures, sexual gestures.
Like what?
Can she see the dick? She can handle the dick. She got a boyfriend that's and this, that, and the other. I'm like, well, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I really don't. And at this time is when she didn't grab my. She grabbed it like my shirt, the bottom of my shirt, like she was trying to. And so when I grabbed her wrist, told her to stop. Look, seriously, you need to leave. And so like she's trying to snatch away, like she's, trying to fight back. And she's keeping on. And I really didn't mean for things to go where they did. I didn't try to hurt the out. But before I realized I choked her out.
How? Just around the neck?
Around the neck. I choked her out around the neck. And I said I didn't really mean for it to happen. I didn't mean to do it. I heard when she was found. That's why I said I would really like for them to take a DNA test, because they said when she was found, she didn't have on no bottom. She was fully dressed. I got to find something to do with this body. I can't leave it here. It's going to smell. Somebody's going to find it. And I tried to think of everything I could think of. I just kept coming my initial. When I finally just decided, okay, I got to dump it somewhere. I just got to dump it. But I didn't know where. I said, well, I can't take it to, put it in no dumpster nowhere because it's easy to be found. So, my initial thought was to just keep going 29 south, just as far as I can just make myself go and just find somewhere just to dump the body out. And I was like, fuck it, I'll turn here. I guess that's whatever street that is. I went down and I went all the way down just trying to find somewhere to try to dump this body, but I'm scared to get out. I'm scared to stop. I'm scared of being seen, so I really don't know what to do. I ride all the way back around, to the curb where it gets to the interstate, turn around and come back up and I take the right where the bridge is and I see it. I'm thinking, well, maybe here's a good place, but then again, I don't know. I don't know how this bridge flows, where it flows to. Then I know this company is right next door, so I'm like, well, maybe it might be found.
Despite Robert's insistence that Naomi had initiated contact, his story still felt unbelievable. However, the detectives sensed there was much more to the story. They decided to investigate his home again, and what they found there answered all their chilling questions. The duct tape found in Naomi's hair matched a roll found in Robert's house. His internet history revealed he was watching adult videos on the same day Naomi went missing. An email was sent to him reminding him of a product left in his shopping cart, a bottle of supplements called Big Jim Penis Enlargement Pills. All the evidence pointed to Robert, the mastermind behind the elaborate trap he laid for Naomi. Believing he could escape the repercussions of his merciless and horrifying actions. On August 12, 2021, filled with intense emotions and pain, Robert Howard was convicted of first-degree murder in Naomi's death, along with additional charges for failing to register as a sex offender.
The man accused of killing little Naomi Jones just found guilty of murder. Robert Howard now headed to prison for the rest of his life. The despicable crime happened in 2017 in Pensacola. Naomi, just years old, was strangled, her body thrown into a creek. Howard was arrested 3 days after Jones's body was found.
The verdict offered a sense of justice to the family, but the scars of his actions continue to linger. Naomi's mother, Shantara Hurry, made this statement after announcing the verdict. As we conclude this tragic case, deeper questions emerge. What warning signs were overlooked, and could this horrific crime have been prevented? Despite Robert's status as a registered offender, he managed to live undetected within a community that remained unaware of his true identity. Had there been more effective protection in place, Naomi's life could have been saved. What are your thoughts on this case? We would love to know them. Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for such fascinating videos. Until next time, stay aware and stay safe.